I want you to imagine a thief entering your house right now, at this exact moment. He doesn't break down the door with a crowbar. He doesn't smash the window in the middle of the night. He has the key. You gave him the key. He walks into your living room, smiling like an old friend. He goes to your wallet, which is sitting on the table, and pulls out $500. That is money you bled for. Money you endured disrespect and sat in traffic to earn. He holds it in the air. He pulls a lighter from his pocket, and looking right into your eyes, he sets the money on fire. He is in no rush. He watches the paper turn to ash and fall onto your living room rug. The smell of burning money fills the room. And he does this every month, religiously, on the 5th of every month, for 40 years straight. You would call the police, right? You would grab a baseball bat. You would be furious. You would defend your territory and your family against this psychopath. But the brutal truth, the truth that will make you squirm in your chair and maybe turn off this video out of anger, is that you are letting this thief in. You are making coffee for him. The thief is called invisible waste, and he's stealing your future right from under your nose, disguised as comfort and deserving it. You think $500 is the price of living a little, that it is the price of not being the richest guy in the graveyard. The math, cold, hard, and unfeeling, says that $500 invested correctly is a private island. You are exchanging a king's retirement, a life of absolute sovereignty where no boss can ever raise his voice at you, for cheap conveniences, for lukewarm pizzas, and for subscriptions you will forget about in 2 days. You are not spending $500. You are murdering $3 million of your future. You are starving your 65-year-old self. I am Buck, and today we are going to capture this thief. Today, I'm going to return the $3 million that belongs to your future and show you the simple, boring, brutal math that the financial system prays every single day that you never discover. Let's go to the crime scene. It is Wednesday night, 9:47 p.m. You're sitting in your car in the parking lot of a Target or a Walmart. It is raining. The sound of water hitting the metal roof is the only sound other than your tired breathing. You're holding your phone, the brightness of the screen burning your sleep-deprived eyes. You are looking at your banking app, and you are doing what I call poverty math. You have $43 worth of stuff in your virtual cart or mental list. Basic stuff. Toothpaste, laundry detergent, bread, maybe a candy bar for your kid. And you are hesitating. You are mentally calculating. If I spend these $43 now, will the balance go into the red before my paycheck hits on Friday? Will that auto draft for the insurance bounce? You are a grown man. You work 50 hours a week. You have responsibilities. And you are negotiating with toothpaste. You are bargaining your dignity over $40. While you taste that bitter flavor of failure in your mouth, a notification pops up at the top of the phone screen. It is Instagram. Your cousin, Philip, just posted. You click. Almost out of masochism, because human beings are addicted to comparing themselves. It is a photo of him leaning against a brand new Ford Bronco. Or maybe one of those shiny trucks. Tan leather seats, panoramic sunroof open, the black paint reflecting the sunlight. In the caption, that classic phrase of someone living for appearances, another win, God is good, the grind never stops. Last weekend, he was posting photos at a steakhouse with his family smiling and bottles of imported whiskey on the table. And then your brain short circuits, because you know, rationally, how much Philip makes. He has a job similar to yours. He is not the CEO of a multinational corporation. He didn't invent a billion-dollar app. He didn't win the Powerball. How? How the hell is he driving a $60,000 car while you are in the parking lot counting coins to buy laundry detergent? Your brain starts inventing excuses to protect your wounded ego so you can sleep at night. He must be dealing drugs. His family must have given him money secretly. He must have a side hustle nobody knows about. The answer I'm going to give you now will make you irrationally angry. It will make you feel like an idiot. It is none of that. Philip is not rich. Philip is a magician of failure. Philip is a master at the art of looking rich while digging his own grave. He didn't buy the car. He rented the money from the bank to ride in the car. He owns the debt. He owns the image. The bank owns the car and his soul for the next 72 months. But there is someone you don't notice, someone invisible to your social radar. Let's call her Jessica. Jessica works in the same office as you and Philip. She drives a 2015 Honda Civic, silver, kind of boring. She wears normal clothes. She doesn't post photos at expensive restaurants every Friday. You look at her and think, poor Jessica, she is stagnant. She is doing worse than Philip. You are wrong. Jessica made a single tactical, boring, invisible choice 6 years ago. She decided that instead of paying interest to the bank, like Philip, she would receive interest from the market. She decided that her money would work for her, not her for the money. That decision is worth today $43,000 liquid in her account. In 34 years, that same decision, without her needing to do anything genius, will be worth $3 million. And the cost of that decision? The same amount Philip pays just in interest on his new car note, $500. If you are tired of seeing people living for appearances while you feel like you are falling behind, if you want to stop doing poverty math and start doing empire math, stay with me. Let's dismantle the financial matrix right now. Let's go to the situation room. I want to present the anatomy of two destinies. Jessica, the owner, versus Philip, the consumer. Both are 28 years old. Both take home about $5,000 a month. It is a decent salary, but not a fortune. It is the classic middle class. Profile. A. Jessica, the owner. Jessica drives a 2015 car that she bought used and paid off. It has a scratch on the door that she never fixed because it doesn't affect the engine. The car works, the AC is cold, and the insurance is cheap. She brings lunch to work 3 times a week. She makes her own coffee in a thermos. Her investment account has $47,000 today. She has a mattress that protects her from any fall. Profile B. Philip, the consumer. Philip drives that brand new Ford Bronco. It is beautiful. People look when he drives by, but he financed it for 72 months. The payment is $900. Almost 20% of his salary goes to the car. He eats out every day to network and look prosperous. He pays $20 for a gourmet burger on a Tuesday. His investment account has $300, and he is going to withdraw it next week to pay for the $1,000 service on the Bronco. Philip lives on a razor's edge. If his paycheck is 3 days late, he goes into overdraft. Both think they are living life, but they are on opposite ballistic trajectories. Let's fast forward the tape. Let's watch the movie of their lives playing fast, like a ghost of the future. At age 35, Jessica has $162,000 invested. Her money is already earning about $1,000 a month on its own. She has a second salary coming from investments. She sleeps peacefully. If she wants to take a sabbatical year, she can. Philip has $30,000 in debt. He traded his car again because the Bronco got old, and he needed the new model to maintain status. He looks rich, but he takes sleeping pills because of the anxiety about bills. He fights with his wife about money every week. At age 45, the brutal magic of compound interest begins to accelerate for Jessica. The curve spikes upward. She has $535,000, $500,000, liquid. She walks with her head high. If her boss yells, she can quit and live quietly for 5 years without working. She is uncancelable. Philip has 0. His net worth is negative. He has a house with a 30-year mortgage, a financed car, and 3 maxed-out credit cards. He is a luxury slave. He cannot lose his job, or he loses his entire life in 1 month. At age 55, Jessica's chart goes vertical. It is the explosion point. Jessica has $1.5 million. She is a millionaire. Her money alone generates enough passive income to cover all bills and still have enough left over to travel. Philip is on LinkedIn searching for jobs. He realizes he is too old for the market. He is afraid. He realizes he will never be able to stop working. The new car from 20 years ago turned into scrap metal at the junkyard, but the poverty he created is eternal. At age 65, was Judgment Day, Jessica has $4.3 million. She retires like a queen. She travels the world. She pays for her grandkids' college. She donates to charity. She is free. Her legacy is secured. Philip has Social Security checks that barely pay for his health insurance and the electric bill. He depends on help from his children, who are also broke because they learned from him. He has become a burden to his family. He ends his life bitter, blaming the government, his boss, and luck. What was the tactical difference? Jessica invested $500 a month. Philip spent those same $500, and much more, paying interest to look rich to others. That is the only difference between $4 million and misery, the destination of your $500. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, Buck, the math is beautiful, but $500 is a lot of money. I don't have $500 left over. The cost of living is insane. Here's where the conversation gets uncomfortable. You have the money. It is there. You're just burning it on micro waste that you have normalized. You are suffering from financial blindness. Let's do a financial autopsy on the average life. Let's open the guts of your budget and see where the cancer is hiding. 1. The lazy tax. Delivery. How many times do you order DoorDash or Uber Eats a week? 2? 3? An average order for one person costs, with fees and tip, $30 to $40. Let's say $50 a week. That is $200 a month. You're eating your retirement because you are too lazy to wash a pot or defrost a chicken. You're trading your freedom for 30 minutes of convenience. 2. The boredom tax. Subscriptions and Amazon. Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, Spotify, HBO. That mobile game where you buy lives. That gadget you bought on Amazon because it was a lightning deal. National average, $200 to $300 a month thrown in the trash on things you forget in a week. You don't even watch all those channels. You pay to have the option. It is renting an illusion. 3. The status tax. The car. The car is the biggest wealth destroyer that exists. Insurance, gas, maintenance, depreciation. Philip pays the $900 note, but the real cost of his car is $1,500 a month. If he drove a paid-off beater, he would save a fortune. He pays a premium just to have the key in his pocket. Add all that up. We are talking about nearly $1,000 of fat. I am only asking you for half of that, $500. But Buck, I deserve it. I work so hard. Life is short. Let's see the real cost of that deserving. That $200 delivery budget. If you invested that, in 30 years, it would be $400,000. That Friday pizza didn't cost $40. It cost $40 plus 30 years of lost compound interest. You ate $1 million dinner over the course of your life. Did it taste that good? Was it worth burning $1 million in melted cheese? Let me show you the math that breaks the human brain. The math they hide. If you invest $500 a month for 40 years in an S&P 500 index fund, historical average of 10% per year, you end up with $3,160,000. Of those $3.16 million, do you know how much came out of your pocket? Only $240,000. The other $2,920,000 came for free. They came from the market. They came from money working while you slept, traveled, or played video games. You put in $1. The market put in $12. It is a biblical multiplication. Here is where patience pays war dividends. After 10 years, you have 100,000. It seems like little. It is the valley of disappointment. You think about quitting, but after 20 years, you have 380,000. After 30 years, you have 1.1 million. The snowball turns into an avalanche. But wait, there is a cruel detail. Time. Time is more important than money. Let's compare the early investor with the late investor. Scenario 1. The smart one. Starts early, stops early, starts at 25. Invests $5,000 a year until 35. 10 years investing. Then stops, never puts in another cent. At age 65, he has $780,000. Scenario 2, the procrastinator starts late, never stops, starts at 35. Invests $5,000 a year until 65, 30 years investing nonstop. He puts in 3 times more money from his own pocket. He works triple the effort. At age 65, he has $611,000. The guy who invested for only 10 years and stopped beat the guy who invested for 30 years. Why? Because he started early. He gave compound interest time to breathe. Every day you wait in the parking lot doing poverty math, you're burning millions of future dollars. The clock is your biggest enemy if you don't invest, and your biggest ally if you do. But Buck, what if the market crashes? What if a crisis comes? That is the excuse of cowards. The S&P 500, the 500 biggest companies in the world, has never produced a loss over a 20-year period. Never. In 100 years of history, it went through world wars, pandemics, crises, inflation, and it always went up. If you invest every month, you love crises. Because in crises, your $500 buy double the shares. It is the wealth clearance sale. It is the Black Friday of the stock market. So why doesn't everyone do this? Why does Philip stay poor and Jessica is the exception? Because you have 3 mortal enemies operating against you 24 hours a day. Enemy 1, the bank. The bank doesn't want you rich. The bank wants you in debt. Rich people don't pay interest. Rich people receive interest. The bank loves Philip because Philip pays for 3 cars to take 1 home. The bank hates Jessica. Enemy 2, marketing. There are billions of dollars being spent by psychologists and marketers to make you feel like trash if you don't have the new sneakers, the new iPhone, the new car. They hack your dopamine. They create a wound in your self-esteem and sell you the product as the bandage. Enemy 3, your ego, the worst of all. Your primitive brain wants status. It wants to show the tribe that it is alpha. In prehistory, whoever had the most food was the chief. Today, whoever has the biggest car thinks he is the chief. But it is an illusion. You need to kill your ego to save your bank account. You need to accept looking less today to be giant tomorrow. Philip chose to look rich and be poor. Jessica chose to look normal and be free. You think this is theory? Ronald Reed, a janitor and gas station attendant, died with $8 million. He earned minimum wage, but he invested every month. He lived simply. He died richer than most doctors and lawyers who earn 50 times more than him, but spend it all on the doctor kit, beach house, boat, expensive divorces. It is not about how much you make. It is about how much you keep. So, what is the tactical plan? How do you get out of this hole and onto the path of millions? Step 1. Capital extraction, the surgery. Find the $500. They are there. Cancel the junk. Cook at home. Stop trying to impress people who don't pay your bills. If your car costs too much, sell it. Take an Uber. Take the bus. Your pride doesn't pay bills. Be radical. Your freedom depends on it. Step 2. The tactical account. Open an account at a low-fee brokerage. Fidelity, Vanguard, Schwab. Run away from big banks and their managers who sell products that lose to inflation. Step 3. The automatic weapon. Buy the S&P 500 index fund. Don't try to be smart. Be consistent. Consistency beats intelligence. Step 4. The camouflage. Forget the password. Let time act. Stop looking at Philip's Instagram. Philip is broke. Pity him. Don't envy him. He is a slave with golden handcuffs. You have 2 choices now. You can close this video, continue complaining about life, envying the neighbor's car, and eating your retirement on DoorDash every night. You can choose to be Philip, or you can start building your $3 million empire today. You can choose to be Jessica, but to do this, you need military discipline. You need a system to beat your own sabotaging brain. You need clear orders to navigate this minefield. That is why I created the field manual. The order of the day. 365 high-impact orders for financial sovereignty. It is not a cute self-help book. It is a war protocol against poverty and mediocrity. I teach you how to find those $500 hidden in your routine without unnecessary suffering. I teach you how to shield your mind against Phillips marketing. I give you the exact tactics. Day 14, how to find $200 hidden in bank fees and services you don't even know you pay. Day 30, the psychological technique to walk into a car dealership and not walk out with a loan that will bankrupt you. Day 45, the method to negotiate any debt and clean your name to start investing. If you think you can't invest $500 today, you need this manual more than you need oxygen. The link is in the first pinned comment. It is not a cost. The manual costs less than that Friday pizza that makes you poor and fat. It is a simple trade. One pizza today for your eternal freedom. Get the manual. Find the money. Buy your freedom. The choice is yours. The math is clear. Time is running out and it does not forgive. I am Buck. Set up the system. Forget the password. Get rich. I'll see you in the trenches.